an omen written in steel, bolts and border crossings. How new tariffs would destroy the auto industry from the inside out, strictly through the mechanics of manufacturing, supply chains, and cross-border integration. No predictions, no speculative doom, just the structural reality, presented with that quiet, foretelling tone you want. The modern American vehicle is not American, it is a continental organism. A single car may cross the United States-Canada-Mexico borders 6 to 8 times before final assembly. Not metaphorically, literally. So, here are some key structural facts you might not know. Engines may actually be cast in Ontario, while transmissions are assembled in Ohio. Wiring harnesses could be built in Mexico, and body panels are often stamped in Michigan. Electronics are sourced from multiple states and provinces. And well, final assembly could happen in Kentucky, Tennessee, or even Ontario. This isn't really a supply chain, it's more like a loop, a closed circuit of interdependent factories. Tariffs don't just hit one part of the system, they hit every crossing, every loop, and every return trip. Every major automaker, relies on a hidden web of interconnected parts markets. We're talking about shared suppliers, shared tooling, shared stamping plants, shared electronics manufacturers, and of course, shared logistics hubs. So, a single component, let's say a fuel rail or maybe a steering column, could be designed in Detroit, then manufactured in Windsor, coated in Mexico, and finally returned to the United States for assembly. Tariffs don't just raise the cost of a finished vehicle, they actually raise the cost of every microscopic step in the chain. A tariff on one crossing, well, it basically becomes a tariff on raw materials, semi-finished parts, sub-assemblies, and even final assemblies. Multiply that by the number of border crossings per vehicle and, well, the cost compounds. The entire North American auto system was built under, NAFTA from 1994 to 2020, and now USMCA from 2020 to the present. These agreements were designed to remove tariffs, encourage cross-border specialization, allow each country to focus on what it builds best, and keep costs low through integrated production. Because of this, automakers did not build self-contained national factories. Instead, they built distributed systems. So Canada specializes in engines, minivans, heavy stampings, and high-precision machining. And Mexico specializes in wiring harnesses, labor-intensive components, sub-assemblies, and final assembly for certain models. So, the United States, really specializes in trucks, SUVs, high-value components, as well as research and development and engineering. If you break just one link in this chain, well, the entire thing starts to shake. If tariffs actually force companies to bring production home, the cost isn't just high, it is structurally enormous. Rebuilding a plant in the United States costs, well, about $1 to $3 billion for a standard assembly plant, $5 to $7 billion for an EV or battery plant, $500 million to $1 billion for a stamping plant, and around $200 to $600 million for a parts plant. And honestly, that's just the concrete and machinery. Then add labor retraining, new supplier networks, new logistics routes, new environmental approvals, new energy infrastructure, and, new robotics and automation. This is not a 6-month shift. It is honestly a 5 to 10-year rebuild of an entire ecosystem. And during that rebuild, production slows. When production slows, costs rise. When costs rise, prices rise. Not because of predictions, but because, well, the math of manufacturing leaves no other path. This is the part that gives your script that ominous foretelling tone, without forecasting outcomes. So, structural reasons only, Here's the thing, the United States imports more auto parts than it exports. American factories, well, they rely heavily on Canadian engines and Mexican components. US assembly plants are actually optimized for cross-border supply. And you know, domestic suppliers just can't instantly replace foreign ones. The tooling and dies, they're already built for cross-border production. Retooling honestly takes years and costs billions. A tariff is not a wall. It is a wrench thrown into a machine that was never designed to run without Canada and Mexico. Tariffs don't destroy the auto market through drama or collapse. They do it through friction, every crossing taxed, every part delayed, every supplier strained, every plant forced to re-engineer its workflow. It's not a sudden explosion, it's a slow grinding of gears inside a machine built to run smoothly across borders. That's the omen. That's the cost of tariffs. You're asking to pay more, supporting tariffs. Thanks for watching.